You are correct in your prediction this time. Hero is coming out with a vengeance. 3-1 against Zerg. You said it, man.
This is a new form of interpretive dance, and what he's saying is here, Frost is a Protoss map, and so of course I came out. It's like when bees dance to tell you where the honey is.
It's something like that. He's going to be drinking his honey-flavored water or whatever that is over there. He's got to be ready for this one. I like his headphones. The green goes well, even though he's not on the green wings.
Well, over here, Rogue, I mean, he's 5-4 versus Protoss. Make that 6-4 considering what he just accomplished with that amazing hold with his roaches. And out of his most recent games, most recent 6 games, I guess you say he's 2-4, 2-3, and I'm just giving more generalized stats right now because the last game was really just holding it all in. We didn't get to see a macro game, but this will be a macro game. Mark my words, Hero is not doing an immortal timing here. He may do a Son build or something like that, but he's playing for the late game because he's a light player, as is Rogue. Let's go into game 4. CJ versus JINAIR.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top right in the yellow for CJ Antis, it is Hero.
And down here to the bottom left, it's Rogue. And JINAIR. Oh, I thought. 이유 없이 그냥 좋았당.
You basically said the same thing that these girls said last time about CJ, saying they just like him. And
CJ wa yoo-hoo, it said there at the end.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like be a... I'm like nobody who doesn't speak Korean thinks this is funny. Everyone's like, woof, he's crazy.
Oh man, look at this. We're having a 9 pool out of Rogue. He's gonna put down that. And interesting, it's going to be cross positions. He's not going to be happy about that, but we were not expecting this.
Because you know what, Brendan, in a light player, there still is that circle of dark in the yin yang. He's going for the early pool here.
You really are crazy.
I am crazy.
Well, look at this. He's going to put down a forge. He's got that pylon at the front here, and if he doesn't get a pylon in his base at the mineral line to possibly make a forge, or rather a cannon, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. That could be, it could even take down that pretty exposed pylon there at the front as well.
I think he's going to be fine because he double probe scouts, which you always have to do on a 4-player map. That's why I personally have been very adamant that I don't like 4-player maps, and I think that this map will likely be removed next season because it's been around for a long time. He hides the probe, but he saw the lings, right?
Yeah, well, he sees one now.
Okay, yeah, he scouts. He's got enough time because it's cross spawns. Is he crazy enough to attempt the Nexus before wall, though?
Looks like it, man. Saving up those minerals.
Ooh, this stresses me out, man. I'm not... Well, I mean, he has a cannon. It's going to be done. Yeah, I think he's still going to be fine. He's got enough money.
Yeah. Rogue's only going to come in here with these 3 lings. It's going to go down as well. He's going to put down a gateway now.
Just needs a block with the probe, and that's exactly what he does.
And he's totally fine. He's going to get up that Nexus pretty early. Rogue back at home, he knows this isn't going to do any damage, so he puts down his zone hatchery as well. Going to be a little bit later than Hero. But of course, he is going to have that spawning pool. Could make that queen coming up here soon.
Yeah. Well, let's see like how this is going to be followed up by Rogue. He might even try to go into like just a super drone mode, like, and try to catch up in macro only, not put any more pressure on until like we get to the middle of the mid game. Because if he tries to be aggressive now, like he has to be like hyper aggressive, right, and try to capitalize on this normal expand that Hero's gotten up. It's a really bad spot for him, though, honestly. Like, Hero's in a much better place right now.
Yeah, been unfortunate. Thought he could pull a fast one on Hero, but Hero, too good for this, was able to scout it. Now, what he's got, he has the map control. He has the Zerglings at the front. He's going to be able to see what kind of buildings are going on there, what's going to be coming out of that base eventually. He's going to put down his own third a long time before Hero here, so he has that as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal for this matchup, but, like, I mean, he's going to have that, right? I mean, he shouldn't get blocked here.
Well, he's going to hide that drone. And Hero comes down, tries to check it. Very nicely done by Rogue to hide that drone. This is something you see out of the highest level players. They're going to do little things like this. Like normally, just your regular standard player just keeps the drone there, waiting for enough minerals. Then it gets blocked for a while, and you have to bring down Zerglings. It's really annoying to deal with. But Rogue, very nicely done, hides the drone. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to take out this probe. So the probe is going to see it, but wasn't able to block it.
Yeah. I like the idea of hiding that drone, keeping it a secret, but I wonder what Hero's thinking right now, because he's got to be thinking, all right, I'm ahead. How can I do something right now to further my lead? And I think doing a fast third base here is not bad. I really would have liked to actually see 4 gateway pressure, though, because that really messes with the tempo of the Zerg, because he's like trying to get drones out, not units, and you come and attack him, he's like, oh god, now I gotta make units to hold this, and I don't have a lot of drones to make the units, and then all my larva's spent. But I mean, this base is basically going to be free unless Rogue wants to do an all-in from here, which he doesn't have the tools to do right now.
Yeah. I like the idea of the aggression as well, but I feel like Hero right now, he's ahead, and he just wants to get more ahead. He's going to take the Artosis approach. He's just going to be like, all right, I'm going to get my third base up. I have my upgrades on the way as well, way ahead of you. And just going to make a bunch of units, get my tech up here. He's going to start with the Twilight Council. It's going to be not exactly in time for the +2, but it will be made and can go into that blink if he decides to. Maybe go into charge eventually.
Yeah, indeed. So let's see what tech. Okay, so Roach wanted to start. I was going to say he's not getting that for a while. I was almost wondering if he was going to like try to go Swarmhost, like greedy Swarmhost version. Which has caused people to die in the past, but he's not going to be doing that. Blinking +2, 3 gates. Just keep a close eye on that probe count. This could be that third base you don't mine from and kill your opponent with build. That's the official name of the build, which has become very popular. There's actually a lot of discussion about this recently. I saw, you know, there was a post about this. I can't remember where, but somebody was asking, like a newer player was asking, why does he make the Nexus? Because that's 400 minerals extra that could be with the push. That could give him extra gateways. You know, everyone's always wondering, why does he make that Nexus? But the key here is that he can fall back on it. It gives chrono energy, and the false sense of security that the Zerg player has is just the most key and instrumental part of this. But that's just the reasons I'm laying out for you guys, because it's a really common way to throw your opponent off. The same way you go blink, show stalkers, and then go into a third base. It's that kind of idea. Of course, this one is a more aggressive idea where you kill somebody rather than not killing somebody and playing macro.
Yeah. Well, Rogue does get the scout with the Overseer. Goes in, he does see everything, basically. He had a nice Zergling in place as well behind the minerals of the 30. Wanted to see exactly if those probes were coming down. Does see it. And we're seeing 3 probes come out at a time here for Hero. So I feel like he does have the option to go aggressive with some stalkers, but I don't think it's going to be super aggressive if he does it. For now, he's not going to do it. Just get that Robobay up. He's going to make a Warp Prism as well. The +2 is about to finish.
Those Hydras were like not letting that Phoenix Scout. Very serious about that. That's sometimes why you see double Phoenix Scout. I always do this on the ladder. Like it's just, if you do double Phoenix Scout, you spend more energy, but if you're not utilizing your sentries immediately, I think it's always better to get that, because you, I mean, if you feel that way, you know, if in this case here obviously doesn't, and he's a pro gamer and he's a billion times better than me, probably 1,000,000,001. Excuse me. My voice
Turn into
died
Darth Vader, man, for a second. What was that?
But you know, like I said, there's dark in all of us.
Yeah. Coming out like.
It was just, I mean, I think I've like talked about this point a bit too much, but double hallucination obviously has more hit points and will get you the more reliable information. Now he sees this coming, gets pretty lucky, and in fact, Hero's like, I'm not even gonna try this. This is like too obvious.
Yeah.
That's like when your friend taps you on the opposite shoulder, like behind you, and you're like, obviously that was you. Like there's not even anyone else here.
Yeah. And then it's awkward when he tries to pretend like it wasn't him for too long, and you're just like, you just like stop talking about it. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
Well, Overlord speed was done, and we have a very nice spread out of the Overlords, getting a ton of vision. As we did see before, it did allow him to see that Warp Prism coming in. And he's starting to pressure at the front, and the Warp Prism is coming in on the left side. Keep that in your vision as well. Nice. Force fields do go down. The Zergling's not able to get us around, but the Hydra's on the outside, still able to attack. The blink is done here, and there's not too many Hydras, but he is going to be forced to recall out. Does warp in at the same time. Look at how many Zealots that is.
It's 11 Zealots in total. I guess like most of those are right here. I can't count those that fast. They're moving too much now. I was never good at this. But that's a lot of Zealots, and with only Lings here at first, it costs him a lot of larva. And more important actually than like him killing these Lings and using that larva is that he scouts the Spire and now can accordingly prepare cannons at home. His blink is done, and he does have a healthy amount of Stalkers, but he doesn't have Psystorm, he doesn't have Phoenixes, so these are the things he's going to want to make should Rogue continue to produce Mutalisks here. Because he doesn't know it's Mutas either. I mean, he's looking at this, it could be just Corruptors for his Colossi.
Yeah. Well, we do have 9 Mutas. That is the first wave that is coming out. That drone looks like it may have wanted to make a hatchery down there in the bottom left, bottom right. Does get denied. And still these Mutas not seen. They're going to come in here at the third base, and here we go. He's going to start poking at those cannons. Does not get canceled, and a bunch of Stalkers are worked in, should be enough. They blink forward and do ward those Mutas off. One of them did die in the process somehow.
Yeah. Now this Stalker here, surrounded. Is he going to try to race this? With the Mothership Courier, I think he actually snipe it and run.
He's going to get this base. He's going to snipe it. There's only Mutas here
to defend right now. He targets Mothership Core. Oh no! Oh my god, he did some Mothership Core, and now there's so many Mutalisks here. The Colossi are taking some serious hits, and oh my god, I never thought I'd see the day where sniping a Mothership Core prevents a recall. I changed the game, but now, as he's sticking around too long, that Colossus over there is doing some damage, and uh-oh.
Here are the reinforcements, and we saw the upgrades are just way in favor here. +3 to none right now for these Aryans. So these Stalkers are able to rip apart all of those Mutas that were the only defense besides the Hydras. Did see some harass go in there. A bunch of the Lings getting some kills in the main base as well.
I mean, that was the most topsy-turvy like battle I have ever seen. To recap this, sees the opportunity of the Mothership Core target. Hero freaks out and uses Mothership Core knowing that he's going to lose it. Doesn't do it quite fast enough. Then is trapped with his units. It seems there's enough Mutas, but there's not. And then that Colossus gets its own damage done for free on the side.
It was probably good for Hero that the Mothership got sniped, actually, because it allowed him to win a fight that he thought he wasn't going to be able to win. Yeah. And that's gonna bring him to a massive advantage right now, killing that third base as well.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, the recall probably led Rogue to believe he could have won the fight too. Yeah. Queen coming here from the back, but this is just not enough Zerg. This is way too much Protoss. And I mean, I think from here he just wins the game. GG.
Yep,
tying
GG.
us up 2-2, and Hero, no slouch, man. That's the interpretive dance move right there for, that was easy peasy.
I am a badass. That's what he's saying.
The recall was just all part of my plan.
Just tricking Rogue, just being a little dark coming out of me. And that's going to bring CJ Antis back to 2-2. This is incredibly close. It is actually going back and forth right now.
Yeah, well, very tense situation here now for JINAIR, because I feel like morale-wise, JINAIR is probably thinking they were going to take this pretty easily. I don't think they thought that Cure was going to get an all-kill, but I think they're like, oh, wow, I mean, you know, he beat Rogue pretty hard there. That's tough, and we just have this back-and-forth match. Now that goes to Game 5, and I'm going to review the map again because I don't remember Outboxer. Outboxer versus a Protoss. Well, I mean,
they have SOS or Maru.
Yeah.
You know, counting from 2 to 1 there.
Maru kills Outboxer when he plays on it versus Protoss. I feel like
I think you send out Maru. I think that makes sense. We've seen him do it many times before. I don't think Hero's going to be the guy that's going to go down to, you know, Marauder Micro at the third base, but still, I think Maru is really solid on that map.
Here's my thoughts. Like, I agree with everything you just said, so ditto to that. But I also feel like, even though Maru is, in my opinion, the best choice, I think the mindset of JINAIR, because this is how they've used him a lot, and this is how he was being played a lot, always coming out last, I think they will play him last anyways. And so we're going to see